The following is a presentation of Girard Sports Live. It's time for Girard High School Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Hey, Mama.
Now more than ever, Crocan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Crocan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Crocan. If you need to stay connected, you need Crocan.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Scott Co. LLC Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. Plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, Trojan gear, trophies, corporate promotional items, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Scott Co. LLC. Learn more at scottcoawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
All right, I think we're fixed. I hope everybody can hear me. So we're going to go back and just read a quick presenting sponsor. Girard Sports Live presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in southeast Kansas with Crawcan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crawcan has to offer at ckt.net. Our real short pregame show is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. We're going to take a quick break here as we're going to play the national anthem, and we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live. And we're back just in time going to see the first pitch. That was a great rendition, a copy of the Girard vocals to on the national anthem. So I'd like to let you know that the first pitch is brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gifts ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your family and friends a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even classes from Larrett Ceramics. Call 620-724-8442. Well, you missed some of the pregame show because we was having a little audio difficulties. I'm hoping it all works now. Trojans are going to take on an SCKA opponent in the Chanute Blue Comets. I don't know a whole lot about Chanute. I do believe they beat Pittsburgh yesterday. We got to see Pittsburgh play Tonganoxie up at Fort Scott the other day. That was a good game. So Pittsburgh won that game, so Chanute beat them. And Trojans, they're coming off a win in their last game, and I'll tell you who they beat here as soon as I got my brain going. But Alex Kessler's going to be on the bump to start the game, and he's going to lead off batter for Chanute's going to be their shortstop, Smith. All I got was last names for their coach. So Alex is going to start him off with a first pitch strike. So gets the next pitch, gets Smith to swing over the top of it, so Alex way ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. First batter of the game on a nice overcast, cool evening. Alex comes right at him. Smith's going to hit a line drive straight away center field. Ethan Davidson's going to gobble up for out number 1. And that's the first out of the ball game, and sometimes the first one and the last one's the 2 hardest outs to get in an inning. That'll bring up Blue Comet center fielder Baker. Alex kicks and winds, and first ball he's thrown out of the zone yet. Right over the plate, just a little low. Gets through the wickets. Ethan Bennett's doing the catching for Girard tonight. So nobody on, nobody out here early in the first inning. Kessler misses high and outside there. So he's behind this batter 2-0. Center fielder Baker for Chanute. There he gets, Kessler greases the outside corner. Called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kessler over but low again. He's right all over the plate. Just can't quite get one in the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike to the center fielder, who gets out of the way of a high fastball. So he's aboard. There's the first walk of the game. So the Blue Comet center fielder draws a walk. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Kester. Big strapping kid. Going to bat from the left side. So Comets got something going on here. They got 1 on with 1 out. Top of the first inning. Kester gets back, first pitch strike. Kester looks down to third base coach, gives him a few signs. Everybody agrees. Kester looks in, gets a sign. He nods. Pickoff play. Oh, they got him. Nope. Umpire flinch. That was a very, very close play right there. So Kester still ahead in the count. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. That one wasn't near as close there. So if you're just joining us, it's still top of the first, game just kicked away. Oh, Kester, oh, there's the 6, unassisted, not enough. Got him. Good play there by Trevor Amershak. That ball wasn't hit very hard. It shows off his cannon of an arm out of the shortstop. And that's how the Blue Comets go down in the old 6-3 double play. We'll be back for the home half of the first. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live.
Watching.
Welcome back. Blue Comets get one on with a walk, but Aaron Kester to Chanute's Kester gets Chanute's Kester to hit a little ball off the end of the bat. Trevor Emershak gobbles it up at short, steps on second, fires it over to first to complete the double play. So your Trojans are going to bring up Nigaman, Scales, and Kester in that order, first three batters if anybody reaches Emershak.
Now batting number 11.
So Luke Nigaman, he's playing left field for the Trojans. He's going to lead things off. I had to take a picture of Chanute. Luke shows a bunt, pulls back for ball one. So on the bump is Axelson. Luke's going to hit a little flare out to short right field for a single off of Axelson for Chanute, and that's the way the Trojans are going to start to get their leadoff man on. So that'll bring up Caleb Scales, who's DHing tonight. So we'll see. We saw the double play ball haunt Chanute in the top half of the first. We'll see if Trojans want to get a bunt on or do something, get a runner moving to get to stay out of the double play. Nope. Caleb Scales just going to watch strike one over the outside corner. Doesn't look like Axelson. I'm going to take me an inning or two to get that name pronounced correctly. Axelson. He's not anything overpowering. He's just short kick and a wind, going to be a little harder to steal off of. Pretty fast to the plate. So Luke's not getting a great big league over there at first base, but Caleb Scales got it even on the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. He swings over the top of one, pulls it foul. Axelson, I'm going to take me an in. So Luke has to retreat back to first base. Caleb's down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the home half of the first inning. Oh, Luke's got a gig jump, and yeah, he's going to steal that all the way. And it was ball 2 high and outside as well. So, yeah, Luke, he stole that all on the pitcher. He left way early. They wasn't checking him. That should just be ball 3. Yeah, that's just. Yep. Caleb got a little bit of hurry there. That was just ball 3. It's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes with Luke Nigaman, runner at second base. He reached via clean single, steals second base. There's ball 4. Caleb, go ahead and take your base now. So that'll put 2 on and nobody out here for the Trojans. That'll bring up their 3-hole hitter, pitcher Alex Kester. So Trojans got 2 on and nobody out here. Still be a good time to maybe try to stay out of the double play, move some runners, do something. Alex waving at the first pitch, something off speed outside. Looked like a beach ball coming up there. Couldn't resist. That ball catches the letters on the inside corner. So Alex finds himself down in the hole real fast. No balls, 2 strikes, but there's 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the first. There, Alex going to rope a shot out to left field. They're going to wave Nigaman around third. He's going to be in without a throw as they bobble. Caleb Scales all the way over to third base from first after the bobble by left fielder Mish out there for the Blue Comets. So Kester does his job. We'll have to give him a single and then a error on Mish, but that'll put runners at second and third base here with still nobody out. Bring up Trevor Emershak, the starting shortstop for the Trojans, who took a 1-0 lead. Emershak watches first pitch strike. Axelson's, like I said earlier, he's none overpowering, going to try to off-speed, get you out on your front foot. That just missed outside. So Amershak evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, gets him, just like we was talking about. Gets him swing through a changeup out on his front foot. He finds himself down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, but there's 2 on runners at second and third. Scales at third, Kester at second. Nobody out. And there goes, they're going to come for a play at the plate, and he's going to be out. And that surprised me that they would come for Scales at the plate on a fielder's choice by Amershak, but Kester's going to move to third, and Amershak will reach first base by the way of a fielder's choice. And that'll bring up the Trojan catcher, Ethan Bennett. And I assume they'll be sending Amershak off first base here real soon. Gotta get out of the double play. That pitch misses a long ways outside. Bennett swings over the top of that one to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got runners at the corners. 1 out, 1 in. Trojans lead 1-0 here early in the first inning. Bennett's going to swing over the top of that, bounce it foul over to the Trojan dugout. So Bennett falls behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 on, 1 out. Bennett again, head of the count. Head of the pitch, I mean. Fouls that one way off over to the left side. Happened again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at the corners. 1 already in for the Trojans. There goes Amershak. Pitches way inside. Bennett gets out of the way. Gives Amershak a stolen base. And evens the count on Bennett. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Trojan catcher. Got 2 runners in scoring position now with just 1 out, so a fly ball should score a run. That pitch is high. Full count. The only out made was a hard hit ball to first base with the contact play on. Gun Scales down at the plate. Bennett just watches a called third strike right down the middle for out number 2. So it'll have to be up to Ethan Davidson here, Trojan starting center fielder. He's got 2 on and 2 out here, but it'll take a clean hit to score a run now with 2 outs. Bennett with a strikeout looking. Couldn't advance any runners. That ball's high and outside. Axelson's already over 20 pitches for this inning. That pitch stays high as well. So Davidson way ahead in the count. He can start looking pitch and location. He can zone one in here. Whatever pitch he likes, whether it be up in the zone, down the zone, in or out, he can just steer or stare at one position, and evidently he likes it out over the plate at the thighs because he took a big rip at that one but come up with nothing. So now the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. And there was that same pitch. He fouls this one off to the right side, way out of play. That's going to even the count with 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 on and 2 out. That's a lot of 2s, Cole. I'm Jess Murphy. Alongside me is Cole Grand. I'll probably call him Cooper 2 or 3 times, but it's not. There goes Bennett. He ropes one out to left field, but right at the left fielder. Couldn't have threw it to him any better. So the Trojans make a little run here. They strand 2, but they get 1 across. And after 1, Trojans are leading at 1-0. We'll be back for the top of the second. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live. Welcome back here to Girard, Kansas. Chanute's going to bring up their 4, 5, and 6 hitter, their third baseman, Peter. He's going to take called strike one. Kessler's doing a good job of filling that strike zone up for the Trojans. Bounces that one in there. Evens count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Early in the second inning. Kessler going to leave it out over the plate. Oh! He hits a line drive out to left field. Luke Niggman misreads it a little bit, but he ends up making the catch nonetheless. So it's just a loud out. So that'll bring up the left fielder for the Blue Comets, Mish. Mish is going to hit one right back up the middle, and Amershak's not going to be able to get to that one. There's the first clean single of the game for the Blue Comets. Mish gets a right back up the middle. That'll bring up the right fielder, Manley, for Chanute, going to bat from the left side. It's Kessler with that quick move over to first. Mish back, no problem there. Probably get another step if he needed to. Overcast, little breezy, little cool. Other than that, beautiful night to play baseball. Kessler gets Manley to foul this one. It's going to be over the net and out of play. So the Blue Comets batting here in the top of the second inning. They got 1 out and 1 on. Kessler comes set, back over to first. There again, Mish back, no problem. Kessler's got a real quick move. If you've never watched him pitch, he's very good move to first base. There's got Manley to swing over it. Kessler's going to field it. Fair territory to maintain the out at first base. For the Blue Comets, that's as good as a sacrifice bunt. But that's out number 2. Does advance Mish over to second base, but he's there with 2 outs.
Now batting number 10, Chris Harding.
And that'll bring up the Blue Comets second baseman, Harding. Kessler with a pick-off attempt back there at second base. There again, Mish back, no problem. Excuse me. I'm a lot better than I was the last couple games, people. Won't be coughing all, got that part of raise his hand, but wouldn't finish it out, so call that pitch a ball. Close enough to get him to flinch, just not close enough to get him to punch it out. Oh, that ball. Good job by Merrill to keep that ball from going all the way out to center field. So Blue Comets got something going on, but they got 2 outs with a runner on second. Harding's going to pull that one way foul. Kessler needs to bear down here and get this batter, not worry so much about that runner. Nope, another foul ball. So he's got Harding in swing mode here out in front of these pitches. It's not Speedy's bat up anymore here. That's coming hard and right at him. Kessler ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. See if we can't get him to chase something out of the zone here with 2 strikes. And there it was, ball in the dirt. And Bennett's got a shot at him at third. And he throws it up the line a little bit. Good job for Norris to come off the bag and secure the ball. Keeps that ball from flying out to left field. But they had a good throw, would have got him no problem. So that puts Kessler even in the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 out and a runner at third base for Chanute. And there's the pitch I wanted to see last pitch. He brought that one in at the eyeballs, but Harding didn't have none of it, so the count goes full. Payoff pitch is going to be a 2-hopper to Norris at third. Norris is going to fire across. Montgomery's going to pick it out of the dirt. And that's how the inning's going to end with a ground ball. Goes 5-3 in your scorebook. Chanute strands a runner at third base. Trojans are still leading at 1-0. When we come back, it'll be the bottom of the second. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live. And we're back here. Axelson's finishing up his warm-up pitches. He's going to face Norris, Merrill, and Montgomery. If anybody gets on, we'll roll it back around to Nigman. Well, after 1.5 innings, Trojans are leading 1-0. They've had base runners all over there in the first inning. Just didn't do a good job of getting that key hit. They had 2 on second and third base with 1 out. Bennett gets caught looking. And then Ethan Davidson hits a line drive. You couldn't have threw it out to that left fielder anymore. Better. Left fielder never had to move in his tracks. So Axelson's done with his warm-ups, so that'll step up Jaden Norris, the Trojan third baseman. He's going to find a spot he likes there on the carpet. Reaches across the plate with his bat. Takes way high and outside, ball 1. It's funny how baseball works. Norris makes a good play there at third to end the inning, and he's the first batter to faces, and he's going to hit a high fly ball straight away center field. Center fielder Baker retreats a couple steps and gobbles it up. That's how the Trojans make their first out. Fly ball to center field. Bring up second baseman Reese Merrill. About called him Ethan. That was his brother's name. Starting catcher for the Trojans last year. Reese takes inside. Turns his back to the ball. So we got 1 out. Nobody on for the Trojans. Whew. Merrill takes that to letters. Outside corner. So he's quickly down in the count. No balls. 2 strikes. He's going to hit this ball. 2 hopper to the third baseman who's going to fire across and no problem to retire Merrill, and that's out number 2. So it'll be up to the Trojan first baseman, Zaid Montgomery, to get something going on with 2 outs here.
Now batting number 27, Zaid Montgomery.
So Trojans have nobody on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. That pitch floats way outside. Zaid, a big left-handed batter. That pitch he takes outside, low possibly. Look good from here. But we'll call it ball 2. The pitch is high and inside. So Zaid's way ahead here. I would see a strike or 2. But on the flip side of that, if you're not going to get a whole lot to hit, sometimes if he grooves you one, coaches will give a green light to a 3-0 batter. Zaid taking all the way right there. Counts 3-1, 2 out, nobody on. Trojans number 9 hitter, first baseman, Zaid Montgomery. He takes ball 4 there, and that will roll the lineup over to the top. Luke Nigman, Trojans left fielder. Another left-handed batter. Trojans are going to bat 3 lefties in a row right here with Montgomery in the 9-hole, Nigman at 1, and Scales at number 2. You don't see a lot of lineups that got 3 lefties stacked in a row like that. So Nigman singled his first time up, and he's going to hit a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop's going to take 2 steps to get Montgomery out at second base. And that's how the Trojans will go down in the second. They leave a runner, get no one across. We'll be back for the top of third. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live. All right, we're back here. Axelson, the Blue Comet pitcher, is going to be the leadoff hitter for the Blue Comets in this inning. He's going to take high, ball one. We're in the top of the third inning. Ooh, gets drilled right in the back. I'm sure Alex Kester didn't mean to do that to his opposing pitcher. I mean, drilled him between the 2 and the 6, and he'll get a courtesy runner here in the top of the third inning. That hurt. I could hear that thump up here. That probably hurt a little bit. But that'll bring up the catcher. Can't read my own writing. Jacket. I can read my own writing, just didn't believe that's what it said. So Kester, 2 quick pickoff moves to first. The courtesy runner's back, no problem. These carpeted down loose spaces come out a little bit. Montgomery stomps it back in place for him. So Blue Comets catcher Jacket. There's a curveball, something off speed with a wrinkle on it. Finds the strike zone for strike one. So Chanute's got their leadoff guy on the hard way. Axelson wears one between the 2 and the 6 by Kester. Good scoop there by Montgomery to dig that one out of the dirt. So Kester tries yet another pickoff. There lays down a good bunt, but goes foul. Good idea by Chanute to try to get a runner moved over from first base. I mean, the object of this game is to get him on, get him over, and try to get him in. But that finds Jacket way down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Just missed with the curveball, kept it up. Trojans defense about as straight as way as you can play. Everybody at traditional positions. That ball's fouled back our way off to protective netting. Count still 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Got a runner at first base, does Chanute. Courtesy runner for their pitcher who reached base by a hit by pitch. Jacket doing a good job with 2 strikes to foul away a couple pitches. Stay in the count here. Kester checks the runner, comes set. There's the payoff pitch, gets him to swing over the top of it. So there's out number 1 in this inning by the way of the strikeout. That'll roll their lineup over to the top of the order. Shortstop Smith. He flew out to straightaway center field his first time up. He's going to come to bat with a runner at first base. 1 out. Kester misses outside with that one. Benefit of that call at the knees, outside corner. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Here in the top of the third inning. Chanute trying to threaten a little bit. Yet another attempt at a pickoff play at first. Good curveball there, way late breaking. That ball started right at Smith's hip and broke right over the inside corner. Beautiful pitch there by Alex Kester. He gets ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's fouled off the concrete. I'm sure that ball has a little bad spot on it. Chanute still has a runner at first base. Their leadoff shortstop hitter, Smith's at bat. There's another curveball. Misses the protective netting on that one and fouls it off into the pond on the right side. One of these days I'll talk to the athletic director and see how many baseballs this team goes through in a year. Because there's a lot in that pond, I guarantee it. There's a ball hit way deep center field. Davidson on his horse. He can't get to it. It's going to one-hop the fence. He's going to scoop it up, get it back in time here. Oh, and Amershak's going to let the ball go, sail it to the backstop, but 2 Trojans there to corral it. So Smith with a rope double to center field advances the courtesy runner to third, so that's how Chanute's going to play Baker. Their center fielder is going to come up with 2 on and only 1 out. And Chanute's threatening here in the top of the third inning. And there's a foul ball over to the left side. Norris picks it clean. Ball wasn't hit all that hard. Looks like Trojans defense is playing pretty straight up. They're going to play for an out here early in the game. Strike 2. Kester gets him to swing over the top of that pitch. So Alex Kester way ahead in the count here. No balls and 2 strikes. We got 2 on and 1 out. Okay, that's going to be a foul ball, the umpire says. I thought it was a swing in the dirt. The thump I heard I thought was the ball off the plate in the glove, but evidently it was the ball off the bat. So we're going to do it again. 2 strikes. And the same result, even better. Swings over that one, so that's out number 2. Kester gets Baker to strike out. That's going to bring up first baseman Kester hitting to a double play to end the first inning. He's going to bat with 2 on and 2 out. Big strapping lefty. Going to take strike 1. So Chanute's threatening here in the top of the third. That pitch is high and outside. Counts even. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. There's a good pitch. Right outside corner. Never a doubt. So Alex is ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good job there by Ethan Bennett to block that pitch in the dirt. Trojan defense still playing straight away here. Big lefty at bat for the Blue Comets. Got him looking inside corner at the knees. So that's how the Blue Comets threaten. They put 2 on. They can't get any across. 3 strikeouts for Kester to end that inning. We'll be back for the home half of the third when we return. Trojans leading 1-0. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live. All right, Caleb Scales is going to step up to the plate for the Trojans. He's going to take low ball 1 here in the bottom of the third inning. Caleb's DHing again tonight with that sore throwing shoulder. He's going to rope one deep center field. Gets the center fielder turn around, and he can't get to that one. He's going to bounce over the fence for a ground rule double. Scales got about all that one he could. That warning track, 1 hop over the fence. Nice bit of hitting there by the Trojan designated hitter Caleb Scales. So that'll bring up Trojan pitcher Alex Kester. He'll bat with a runner at second base and nobody out. So Trojan's already threatening, and he's rope one deep left field. That's also going to 1 hop the fence, but it's going to stay in play, and that's going to score Scales no problem from second base. As the Trojans playing trade me doubles, back-to-back doubles by Scales and Kester. And that'll give the Trojans a 2-0 lead, and also bring up left-handed hitting shortstop Trevor Amershak. I thought that ball off the bat maybe had a chance. I just don't think Kester got it high enough to get it out, but he hit the heck out of it. Axelson's going to bounce one in there. Uh-oh, I was writing in the scorebook. How'd Alex get to third? He already stole. So Kester steals third base as I'm writing in the scorebook. So 2 balls to Trevor Amershak. Counts 2-0. Now the count's 2-1 on a pitch that caught the corner of the outside corner. So still nobody out for the Trojans. A runner at third base. Amershak's got to protect himself there. Now Kester can go. Missed the tag, they said. I don't think Kester, the first baseman Kester, agrees. He's going to call timeout. He's going to ask. Blue Comets umpire is going to come out and ask. Before I write in the scorebook here, I'm going to pay attention to what's going on. But slow ball hit off the bat of Amershak, gets by the pitcher, but the Blue Comet first baseman's able to field it, runs through the line to try to tag Amershak, and they're going to go ahead and call him out with no argument from the Girard coaches. As they knew. So that'll be the first out of the inning. Trevor Amershak doesn't get to advance Kester off a third. That'll bring up Ethan Bennett, Trojan catcher. He's going to take way high and outside. So now we have a runner at third and one out. Or have one in this inning, so the Trojans lead 2-0. Bennett takes that pitch low over the plate, just below the knees. So he's ahead in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes. Bennett's going to hit that one to a gap to left field. Center fielder's retreating. I don't think anybody can get to that one. And that one's going to one hop over the fence for another double. That's a third double this inning for the Trojan batters. We're getting a good look at Axelson this inning. So that'll score another run as Kester crosses the plate. And that'll bring up Ethan Davidson, the Trojan center fielder. And somebody keep feeding this merry-go-round quarters. I like this double after double. So Trojans take a 3-0 lead here. Still just one out in the inning with a runner at second base. Davidson takes inside corner. Good pitch by Axelson. Oh, Davidson's going to hit one. That's going to find green grass, the outfield. Good job, Chanute defense to run a cutoff play perfect. Advances Bennett to third, but holds Davidson to a clean single. Put runners at the corner, one out. Jaden Norris up to the bat. Jaden flew out straight away center field. Last time up he hits a ball like that. That'll be an RBI this at bat. Got a runner at third, less than 2 outs. Got to have a productive at bat here to score another run. Pitch is way outside. Davidson's not going anywhere over there at first yet. Somehow we got to get him off the corners. Norris digs in the batter's box. There goes Davidson on a pitch inside. They're going to throw short to the second baseman. Covered in front of the bag. So no advancement by Bennett off third. So that'll put runners at second and third, and still only one out here in the bottom of the third inning. Trojans already got a couple across here. See if Norris can make a productive at bat and get another RBI or two right here. And he's going to rope one to left field. That's going to get through to the gap. They're going to be able to score Bennett. They're going to have to hold Davidson at third. So we're back to runners at the corner for a clean single by Jaden Norris. And we're back to runners at the corners and one out. And we're going to have a little visit from Chanute's coach come talk to their pitcher, who Trojans on their second time through the order are getting really good looks at. And they're going to make a pitching change. So we'll go ahead and take a short break. When we come back, we'll finish out the bottom of the third. Trojans leading 4-0. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live. All right, so Wheeler's going to take the mound for Chanute. Axelson goes 2 1/3, gives up 4 runs. He's responsible for the other 2, so we can't clear the book on him yet. Umpire's going to tell us what's going on here in a second. 5 for 26. So yeah, it's going to be a straight change. So 5 will come in and replace Axelson, even into Wheeler in the batting order as well. So that'll bring Reese Merrill to the plate, Trojan second baseman with runners at the corners. We'll see if we can't get some runners in motion to try to stay out of the double play. Maybe even be a good time to bunt, just put some pressure, keep the pressure on the Chanute defense. Reese instead, Merrill's going to take called strike one. So Trojans have 1 out, runners at the corners. That's a balk, but they didn't call it. The pitch is way high and outside. You can't tilt your shoulders after you come set and then come set again. But I'm not an umpire, I'm an announcer, so they don't ask my opinion on that. There's a quick move to second base. Norris comes stumbling back into first. So the count's even here on the Trojan second baseman, Reese Merrill. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Trojans lead 4-0. Merrill's going to hit a soft grounder into the Trojan dugout. Comes bouncing out. Coach Dunlap's going to pick it up, put it in his pocket. There goes Jaden Norris, and Merrill's going to swing through, and they're going to throw down through too, but no advancement by Davidson off a third as they throw through. But clean stolen base there by Norris on a strikeout by Merrill. So that's 2 outs. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Zade Montgomery, with 2 on. Zade's going to take high, ball 1. As the Trojans lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That pitch is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Zade walked his last time up. And got forced out at second base off Luke Nigaman's ground out. That pitch was caught the corner, at the letters, inside corner. Zade turned like it was going to hit him, but it was. He swings through that pitch. So now the count's even. We got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and 2 on. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, with the Trojans already scored 3 runs, take a 4-0 lead here. See if Montgomery can't do something here with 2 strike. Full count. Now something is happening. With 2 out, the runners don't have to hesitate much. Nothing forced them. They don't have to go with the pitch. There's ball 4. So Zade draws yet another walk, and that'll load him up for the Trojan leadoff hitter, Luke Nigaman. He's 1 for 2 on the night.
Now, batting number 11, Luke.
This will be the 9th man to come to the plate this inning. So Trojans got him jack full. Luke takes ball 1. That pitch was close. Got me to react a little bit. That pitch outside corner for strike 1. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases full of Trojans with 2 out. Luke's going to hit a high chopper. That's going to be a tough play for the second baseman, and they're going to get him by a half a step. Luke makes it close, hustling down the line, but the Trojans going to strand 3 runners, but they get 3 across, and we'll be back for the home half of the 4th when we return. Trojans leading 4-0. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live. All right, welcome back here. Number 9's going to come in for Merrill. 9 is Weston Bruning. He's going to get some varsity action. He's going to take the hill. So Kester's going to finish the night, giving up 0 runs, throwing 3 innings. So
Now batting number 9, Brax Peter.
So first look here at Weston Bruning on Girard Sports Live. He gets called strike 1. Chanute's going to bring up their right fielder, Manley. There's a little two-seam fastball type pitch from Bruning. He's got a lot of life, a lot of run on that fastball, it looks like. Good-looking sophomore kid. Throws that one hard, but outside, never a strike. So we got 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gets Manley out on his front foot, fouls that one off and out of play off to the right side. Trojans leading 4-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. 4th inning already? It is. Scorebook says so. Scoreboard says so. Bruning leaves that one a little up and outside. Evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Blue Comets. Third baseman, Peter. Count goes full. Just missed on that pitch. Coming right back at you. Good thing we got a net. So count still full on the third baseman for Chanute, Peter. Goes a good pitch, and Peter's going to rope it to deep center field, but Davidson just retreats back, makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch. And that's the first out of the inning. Fly ball to center field. If I write it on the right side of the scorebook. So that'll bring up number 24, Mish, the left fielder for the Chanute Blue Comets.
Now batting number 24, Nathan Mish.
Bruning misses. Bruning's a lefty, sophomore. Gets that one over. Throws pretty hard. Good looking kid. Good upside for the Trojans to have young pitching prospects throwing a varsity game. That, I'm telling you, that two-seamer's got a lot of run on it. That's a nice pitch. Could be a four-seamer and a sinker. I don't know. I can't see how he grips the ball, but it's a nice-looking pitch. I can tell you that from up here. That one gets away and drifts inside. That should even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes and 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the 4th. Bruning gets Mish reaching for that one. Too close to take with 2 strikes. Fouls it off. Trojan defense playing pretty straight up. Misses outside there to go full count. He's been full count on both the batters he's faced so far. Control your heart rate, Weston. Get it back in the zone here. And there he goes. He's going to hit a fly ball off the right side. And Caleb Scales is out in right field. Makes a foul ball catch. Nice to see him out playing defense. That play will go F9 for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Manley, the right fielder for
Now batting number 22.
the Chanute Blue Comets. Trojans shift just a little bit over to the pull side. There's a Weston lets one kind of get away from him. but it hits the bat of Manley as he's ducking to get out of the way. So Trojans benefit from there. Strike one. Now he's got Manley stepping out with his front foot. Doesn't know what's going on here. He's quickly down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Bruning leaves that one high. So when Bruning come to the bump, looks like Kester's playing third. Norris moved to second. Nope. Checked his swing in time. Good looking breaking ball or something that Bruning threw. So counts even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got 2 out, nobody on. And Manley swings through that one with a half-hearted attempt. And that's how the Chanute Blue Comets will go down in the 4th inning. Trojans still lead 4-0. We'll be back with the home half of the 4th when we return. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live. So Caleb Scales, the right fielder for the Trojans, not the DH,
Now batting number 24, Caleb Scales.
will lead the bottom of the 4th off with the Trojans leading 4-0 here. Wheeler still pitching for the Chanute Blue Comets. Did a good job of getting out of that last inning. Caleb fouls one back off the screen. Ball comes back to him. Caleb drew a walk and roped a ground rule double in his 2 at-bats. That pitch curveball is going to stay high. Scales ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. He's going to reach out and hit a rope out to left field just past the diving third baseman Peter for Chanute. Another clean single by Caleb Scales. Good to see him hitting the ball. So that'll bring up, was the Trojan pitcher, moved to third baseman Alex Kester. And he'll bat with nobody out and 1 on. Kester swings over a curveball. Wheeler's done a good job of keeping these Trojan batters guessing. Wheeler checks Scales over at first. He bluffs a move. Kester takes low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on. Trojans lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Kester's going to hit a little nice soft line drive out to left field. It's just going to move everybody up a base. So Scales makes it to second. Kester with a clean single.
Now batting number 16, Trevor Emershak.
That'll bring up Emershak, who will bat with runners at first and second and nobody out. Trevor's reached on a fielder's choice and a ground out to the first baseman his last time up. He's trying to hit that one all the way across Summit Street. Swings out of his shoes, strike 1. There he's going to hit a little soft liner back up the middle. They're going to have a play at third on Caleb, who had to make sure it goes through. It's a force, and they can't field it clean, so Scales slides in there safely. Scales misread that one off the bat a little bit, but was able to recover and go ahead and make it to third base on a clean single up the middle by Trevor Amershak, and that'll bring up the Trojan catcher, Ethan Bennett, who has to tie his shoe before he can bat. So to defend, Caleb Scales just got to misread that soft liner off the bat of Amershak and thought the shortstop might be able to have a play on it, so he retreats back to second, and by the time the center fielder picked it up, Scales had a hustle to second, or hustle down to third, and the throw into the third baseman couldn't be handled cleanly by Chanute, so he was safe. So Bennett's going to hit a rope, and that's going to fall in short. Scales going to cross the plate. Kester got a great read off the bat. So clean single there by Ethan Bennett is going to keep the bases loaded for the Trojans. That puts Kester at third, Amershak at second, and Bennett at first, and that'll bring up Trojan center fielder Ethan Davidson. Chanute looks like he's going to make another pitching change here. Looks like they're going to call in the left fielder Mish to pitch and going to bring in number 25. Number 25 is, I'll get someone to tell me who that is in a minute. It's 24? No, 25 went out to left. So we'll figure all that out here. So let's recap the game a little bit here, Cole. Wheeler pitches. He come in at 2 1/3, so I got to do math. So that is, he has pitched, he just pitched 2/3 of an inning because he doesn't have an out yet this inning. Well, earned runs are so hard to figure up the way I keep a scorebook because I just chicken scratch and write in it. So the Trojans are threatening here. They've got the bases loaded and already got one in and nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As 24 comes in to pitch, Mish, 25, goes out to left. Who's number 25, Karen, on your score?
25 is Elijah
Christine?
Christie.
So Christie will come in and play left field for the Chanute Blue Comets. Mish will come in out of left field to pitch for Wheeler. Christie will inherit the number 8 spot in the batting order. And Mish will inherit 3 Trojan runners all around the horn here with nobody out. Ethan Davidson's going to get a look at him. And here again, we don't have to do a whole lot. Just a fly ball, ground ball at somebody. There's a lot of ways to score a run here with a runner at third base and less than 2 outs. Umpires have to explain the situation here. He's telling him, yep, you're in a jam. Try to pitch your way out of it. So Davidson up to bat. He's first pitch taken, strike 1. Good looking strike outside corner. Mish, a righty. Looks like he throws pretty good velocity. That just missed inside. That ball had some backup to it. So counts even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded, nobody out. Trojans up 5-0. Pitch is outside, called strike 2. Got ahead of myself. Home plate umpire's been fairly consistent. So counts now 2 strikes to Ethan Davidson. He's going to foul one off. Good 2-strike approach there. Ball too close to take. So he climbs back in the batter's box here with 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bases full of Trojans. Just missed upstairs. Whew. Tough take there to even to count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jaden Norris waiting on deck. Mish nods his head, likes the sign. Called, strike 3, outside corner. Davidson goes down looking. That's the first out of the inning. The Trojans got their first 4 on with 1 in. So now it's going to be up to Norris here. Last chance to get a free run.
7, Jaden Norris.
Norris digs in. See if he can't pick one out. He takes outside corner, strike 1. Mish might be a little deceptive, a little something the Trojan batter's got to get a good look out of. So he's out of the full wind-up with the bases loaded. Norris swings through that one. He's quickly down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Kester at third, Amershak at second, Bennett at first, Norris in the batter's box. 1 out. Norris is going to hit a fly ball, medium deep. Right fielder still retreating. That should be plenty deep enough to advance a run. And he's not only able to advance the runner from third to home, he's able to advance Amershak over to third. Great bit of hitting by Jaden Norris. He's going to get a sac fly RBI for the second out, but it's a productive out. So that'll bring up Weston Bruning, Trojan's new pitcher. He bats from the left side. Going to foul one off. So runners at the corners, 2 out. Bruning gets a good hack at that one, fouls it straight back. He's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. We've got 2 on and 2 out, 2 in. Trojans lead 6-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bruning's going to chop this one. That's foul ball, yeah. First baseman need to do a little bit more aggressive to field that fair. It's going to give Bruning a new life. Bennett was running on the pitch. Bruning with 2 strikes had to protect himself. So let's do it again. Now Bruning's going to hit a high chopper up the middle, but that'll lead to shortstop. They're going to go for 4 outs this inning, but that's how the Trojans lead it. They started out real promising. They got 2 across. They leave 2 on.
Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Good pitch. Gets him to chase a pitch out of the zone on an 0-2 pitch. So Jacket goes down swinging for the second time this game. That's how the top of the fifth ends. We'll be back for the home half when we return. Trojans leading 6-0. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
All right, welcome back, Girard, Kansas, Red Woodkey Ballparks. Trojans lead 6-0 over the visiting Chanute Blue Comets. It's been a fun ball game if you're a Trojan fan. They're going to bring up Zade Montgomery. Trojan first baseman is going to lead off here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Montgomery's first pitch swinging. He hits a little dying quail out to right field. It's going to drop in for a single. Good bit of hitting there by Trojan first baseman Montgomery. And that'll roll the order over back to the top. Luke Nigman will bat for the fourth time tonight already. Fourth time in 5 innings. That's how proficient the Trojan bats. They've been all over these Chanute Blue Comet hitters tonight. Luke's going to take below the knees. Ball one. So Montgomery over there at first base. Newman waggles the bat, anticipating. He's going to rope one fair down the third base line. That ball's going to roll all the way to the corner. Christie's got to go a long way to get it. So they're going to get Montgomery to hold up. Montgomery was going as hard as he could on a clean double down the third base line by Luke Niggeman. Man, we'll have to count up doubles by the end of the night. Boy, that's a lot of doubles the Trojans have hit tonight. So that'll put runners at second and third, nobody out for the Trojan right fielder, Caleb Scales. And he's hit a pair of doubles tonight himself. He's going to take inside corner, strike one. Good pitch there by Mish. So the Trojans threatening again here in the fifth inning. And Caleb's going to go the opposite way. He's going to drop one. That's going to land, just foul. I'm telling you, that couldn't have been a baseball's width foul down the left field line. That would have scored a pair of runs. Caleb just missed another double right there. But that finds himself down in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes with 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. So Caleb gathers himself, gets back in the box. And he's going to hit this one straight away center field. I don't know if it'll be deep enough to score a run, but they're going to not try. So Scales hits a shallow fly ball to center field, not deep enough to move any runner for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Alex Kester, he also has just been swinging a hot stick. He's 3 for 3 tonight. Scored a pair of runs. Been stranded at third once. That pitch is way open, and we're going to have to play at the plate. Montgomery slides in there safely on a wild pitch. That advances Nigaman over to third. So now we have runners at third base and one out. Alex Kester up to bat. Trojans lead now 7-0. He's going to hit one the opposite way, foul. So we got one on, one out. No balls, one strike to the Trojan third baseman, Alex Kester. He's going to wait back on a curveball, and he'll hit this one plenty deep enough. The center fielder's going to track it down, but it's going to be plenty deep enough to score Nigaman from third base. Good piece of hitting by Alex Kester on a sac fly for out number 2, but that puts the second run across. And that'll empty the bases, so the Trojans did a great job of getting them on, getting them over, and getting them in with less than 2 outs. Perfect baseball they just played right there. So that'll bring up the Trojan left-handed hitting shortstop Trevor Amershak. He takes a called pitch for strike one. That was hard to get out. Same pitch, just a little bit low. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Pitch gets away from me, misses inside at the ankles. Trevor hit a clean single his last time up. Reached by fielder's choice his first time up and grounded out first baseman. Trevor hits a high fly ball. Foul ball. See if that gets into the bullpen, and it does. So he lives to fight another day. The bullpens are open here at Trojan Ball Field, but they are considered out of play. You cannot enter the bullpen to make a catch. Emershak's going to sky this one mile high. Shortstop's going to call everybody off. He's going to make a clean catch, and that's how the Trojans go down in the bottom of the 5th, but not after they score a pair of runs. They lead at 8-0. You will be back for the top of the 6th when we return. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live.
They can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, welcome back. Girard, Kansas on an overcast, beautiful spring day. The wind's kind of shifted a little bit. Well, it's kind of coming out of the east. It's kind of moved around coming out of the south. It's just a gentle breeze. It's not too gusty. Blue Comets are going to roll their batting order around. They're going to have their leadoff hitter, Smith, who swung a good bat. He's flied out to deep center, and he's hit a ground rule double. And he's going to hit this one right back where it come from again, right back up the middle. Kid's a good ball player for Chanute. So he leads off with a clean single. And that's how the Blue Comets will start the top of the 6th here with a runner on. That'll bring up their center fielder, Baker. He struck out last time up. Smith gets a lead over there. Bruning kicks and fires for strike one, outside corner. I'm not sure we've seen Bruning pitch here with a runner on, so we'll see if he can keep his attention on the batter with an 8-run lead. missed that one just a little low. Caught the plate just below the knees. So the Trojans, there goes Smith runner. Bennett can't get the handle on the ball, so Smith steals that one standing up and puts Bruning down in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike to the center fielder Baker for the Chanute Blue Comets. Bruning, he's staying away here from Baker. Every pitch so far has been on the outer half. 3 balls and 1 strike. Runner at second base now for the Chanute Blue Comets. Westing wants to step off the back of it. Something wasn't feeling right. Norris, the second baseman, holding the runner a little bit. Big hole over there. They come inside. He fouls that off out of play to the right side. Takes the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bruning comes set. Delivers. Saws him off. Amershak's got a hard play. He charges in. Throws it away. That's going to score the runner from second base. Amershak or Montgomery throws it to Norris at second, but everybody's safe, so that'll score Smith from second base on a throw in there by Trevor Amershak. Baker will reach on an E6. Amershak, I think, had more time than he thought. So that's how Chanute's going to try to get back in this ball game here. They get a runner across. Now they have a runner at first base or second base on the little 2-hopper to Amershak. Kessler fouls that one off his front foot, and I don't care if it's 100 degrees or 5 degrees, that hurts. But he's quickly down in the count, no balls and 1 strike. Good pitch, just missed inside. That'll even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Good. Catches the outside corner to the dislike of the Blue Comet first baseman. Kind of shakes his head a little bit. Bruning checks the runner at second, comes set. Kester fouls that off into the first base dugout. So Chanute's got their leadoff hitter on with a clean single. He scored on the error by the Trojan shortstop. So the Chanute still got 1 on second base and nobody out. And Weston gets Kester to swing through an inside fastball. So Kester goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up third baseman Peter. Peters hit the ball. He's lined out to his left field and flew out to center, and he's going to hit a little slow hopper. Jade Norris is going to underhand it to Montgomery, but that will advance the runner over to third. But not before they record the out. It goes 4-3 in your scorebook if you're keeping it at home. But it moves Baker over to third with 2 out. That'll bring up their pitcher, Mish. So Bruning with that late life on that fastball has these Chanute hitters swinging late, fouling pitches off. So Bruning can get out of this here. Another foul ball. He's way ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. We'll see if he wants to challenge the Chanute pitcher or wants to kind of mess around and try to miss outside. He's way ahead, no balls and 2 strikes right here, but Mish hadn't had a good swing on him yet. And he challenges him, and he hits a shot that gets right through Trevor Amershak, who just bounce just ate him up. So that's another run will score. So that puts 2 in for Comets. So we'll put Mish at first base, and Dunlap's going to come maybe just slow things down and have a talk And that is 42 pitches. So that'll be the night for Weston Bruning. We'll see who they want to take out to left field. They're going to just re-enter Merrill, move Jaden Norris out to left. And I'll talk about Jaden real quick. It's pretty nice. Jaden starts the game at third base, and when Kester got done pitching, he moved to third. So they moved Jaden over to second so they could bring Bruning in to pitch. And then from there, now they got to bring Luke Niggeman out of the outfield, so they're able to bring Jaden Norris out to left field. I mean, it's just so nice to have a utility player like Jaden that can just play about any position. I've seen the kid catch. I've seen him pitch. I mean, he can play all 9 positions if you need him to. So, like we thought, 18, Reese Merrill will re-enter for Bruning, who pitched a gem, really did. He come in the 4th inning, so he's pitched 2 2/3. And threw the ball really well and was just benefited of a couple errors, or would have had another clean inning this inning, giving up 1 hit. So the line on Bruning here is going to be 2 2/3, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit, and probably will have to credit him an earned run, even though that run scored on the air. There was no. I'm not going to. I'm going to give him an unearned run right there. So no matter what happens here, I'm going to get Bruning out of here with just 1 run given up, but it's going to be unearned. So Luke Niggeman in the pitch. You just saw him warming up right there, and he's going to face the right fielder Manley for Chanute, who's got 2 outs, but they still have a runner at first base. They've got 2 in here this inning. So they've – right? Yeah, they've scored 2. So they've doing what they can to cut this lead and try to get back in it as Chanute. So Luke misses there low. Gets that one to bend in there, curves that one over. First time I've seen Luke pitch. So I'll give you my scouting report on him after this batter. Covering the strike zone there, so 1 ball and 2 strikes and 2 out with 1 on. They do have 2 in. See if Luke can't put Manley away here. Manley's going to foul this off to the left side. No one's going to have a chance at that ball. So count's going to remain the same, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first is Mish. Manley's at the plate. Niggeman on the bump. I don't know, someone called timeout. I think Amershak's having some glove issues. He hands his glove to Dunlap. Luke needs to play catch with someone to stay loose. Amershak comes back out of the ball game, comes back out of the dugout. I don't know what happened. Looks like Kester's flopping his glove around, so maybe Amershak and Kester switched gloves. I don't know exactly what happened. So Luke comes set here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He gets the Manley to swing through that high fastball, and that's how Chanute goes out. They threaten, score a pair, leave 1. Trojans lead 8-2. We'll be back for the home half of the 6th when we return. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live.
Workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
And we're back to Girard, Kansas, Red Wutke Ballparks, where your Trojans lead the Chanute Blue Comets 8-2 here in the home half of the 6th inning. They're going to bring up Bennett, Davidson, and Norris. Mish is still on the hill for Chanute. It's been an interesting ball game. Chanute tried to get back in it with the benefit of a couple errors, or Trojan errors, but they was able to right the ship and get out of that inning. So Bennett looks at ball one, just a bit outside. Mish Knowledge gets signed. He's going to kick and deliver. That ball is going to be out. Going to be called strike one. So counts even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bennett's going to rope it right back at the pitcher. Mish did a good job of just getting out of the way of that one. I mean, didn't have much of a chance. Good, hard, clean single by Ethan Bennett, Trojan catcher. And that'll bring up Ethan Davidson, the center fielder.
Now batting number 5, Ethan Davidson.
He takes outside corner, strike one. Outside corner, strike two. That's Davidson struggled with that outside pitch. He struck out looking last inning on a pitch very similar to that. I don't know if he thinks, but it's been called a strike 3 or 4 times on him. He really needs to protect that outside corner. Mish comes high and tight on that one. So that takes the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Trojans leading 8-2. Davidson's going to get to that one. He's going to hit the ball to 6, but shortstop struggled getting the ball out of his gloves. They're able to get the force out at second, but no chance at turning a double play. So there's the first out of the inning. So Davidson's safe, reaches by the way of fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Jaden Norris, who last time at bat had a good at bat and hit a sac fly for an RBI. Norris is going to hit this one. That might land on our heads. And it didn't. On over the back of us. Straight back. So Norris is up there hacking first pitch. Finds himself down in the count. No balls and 1 strike. We got a runner at first base and 1 out. Pickoff play at first with Davidson back very easily. Has to reposition the base. Everything goes back here. We're going to. Norris chases a pitch at his eyeballs for strike 2. Maybe just too anxious, trying to do too much. Davidson playing a little cat and mouse over there at first base, trying to get the pitcher's attention. Norris down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Davidson takes off, and it's going to be a close play, but he's in there safe as the shortstop couldn't corral the throw. I think he had it stole anyway. Picked a good pitch for the catcher to get him. That normally on an 0-2, you like to run on an 0-2 count because you're expecting curveball, something off speed. But Chanute throws a high fastball and give their catcher Jacket every chance to get him out. But if you're a Trojan fan, you know the speed of Ethan Davidson, and he stole that one fairly easy. So Norris still down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's going to hit the little soft liner out to center field, but center fielder's going to be there. Davidson's going to bluff a tag and make him throw it. So Norris hit a little fly ball to center field for out number 2, and that'll bring up Reese Merrill, who re-entered the game here in the 6th. Try to keep track of all my marks in my scorebook. So he'll come to bat with 1 on and 2 out. And he's first pitch hacking. It's going to hit a little 1 chopper to the third baseman, who's going to throw a crossover to the first baseman, Kester, no problem. So the Trojans go down. They leave a runner, but they still lead 8-2, and we'll be back for the top of the 7th. Chanute's down to their final 3 outs when we return. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal.
All right, welcome back to top of the 7th. Chanute down there to final 3 outs. They're going to bring up their 7, 8, 9 hitter, Harding, Christie, and Jacket to face Luke Nigman, Trojan pitcher, who's going to leave that one outside for ball 1. So Trojans need to get 3 outs before Chanute can get 6 runs. So the object for the Trojan pitchers is throw it, strikes. And Luke's done a good job of that. Missed with his first one, come back next 2. He's ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the number 7 hitter, second baseman Harding for the Chanute Blue Comets. And there's going to be a little soft liner out to the left field. Caleb Scales makes a beautiful dive and catch to skin that off the top of the turf. Man, it's nice to see him back out there in right field. What a play, Caleb Scales. Nut. That should make Sports Center highlight reel there. So that'll bring up Christie, left fielder for the Blue Comets. And there again, Nigman just throwing strikes. Gets Christie to foul that one off the net. Heading to count. No balls and 1 strike. Chanute's down to their last 2 outs. He's going to hit a little 3-hopper to Amershak. He's going to gobble it up, throw a perfect strike across to Montgomery. That play goes 6-3 for out 2. So here comes the number 9 hitter, the catcher, Jacket, for the Chanute Blue Comets. 2-1. Well, Cheney's going to bat number 21. He's going to take strike 1. So a couple errors last inning, get Chanute a couple runs, a couple highlight reel plays this inning to keep Chanute off the base paths. A little Jekyll and Hyde defensively for the Trojans, but as long as we end on the right side, now Luke overthrowed the last couple pitches, falls behind in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike to the number 9 hitter, Chaney. That pitch is low, over the plate, just a little bit low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Like to see. There we go. Going to hit a little soft roller. Shortstop Amershek fields it, fires across. And that's how this ball game's going to end. Trojans are going to win 8-2 on a ground out to the shortstop. And we will have the postgame show when we return. You've watched Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live. Welcome back to the Trojan postgame show. The postgame show is brought to you by the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance. Leah has over 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri. Let Leah and her staff find the right coverage for your personal or business needs. To learn more, call 620-670-4590. Proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. We just watched a good game. If you're a Trojan fan, I'm telling you, they win that ball game 8-2 on a well-rounded offensive display. A nice little bit of pitching. Kester throws 3 clean innings. Bruning comes in, throws 2 2/3. We're going to have to maybe credit the 2 runs to him, but they were both on some errors. And then Nigman comes in and throws the final inning in the 3rd. And the offense, I'm telling you, they got in a trading off doubles and just clean singles and was able to move some runners and some sac flies, and it just looked real good. We're going to wait to see if we can get Coach Dunlap up here. He's looks like finishing up talking to his team. I'll just let you know right now that the post-game coaches interview is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. So, one more here. We have I want to give a play of the game, too. I want to give that to that catch out in right field. Caleb Scales has been nursing a sore shoulder, had been just DHing most of this season. He's kind of got released to play a little defense, and man, was it nice to see him roaming the outfield. Made a good catch in foul territory, comes in, makes a diving catch, scoops that ball off the turf. So that play of the game is brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. If your car takes a hit like Caleb just picked that ball off the turf, then take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. We're going to take another break and hope Coach Dunlap's up here in just a minute. I know you probably can't hear these commercials because we're having still a little bit of audio difficulty, but just know what they say and thank our sponsors for promoting us and just watch, and we'll be back. Trojans win this one 8-2. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live. All right, welcome back. Red Woodkey Ballpark's home of the Girard Trojan baseball. We're joined here by head coach Chris Dunlap. Coach, I just want to start off by saying, heck of a good win. Your offense really showed up, hit the ball all around the ballpark tonight.
Yes, thank you. They came out, had a good approach, and looked for their pitch and swung it well.
Yep, pitching did all right. I got Kester down for 3 innings. Bruning come in through 2 2/3, give up a couple runs. I credit him unearned runs. He made a couple of defensive errors, but he's able to right the ship, get out of that. Negman comes in, throws an inning and a third, pretty clean ball. Pitching staff even looked good tonight.
Yep, and that's got to be key for us. Our arms got to be in the zone, and when they are, I feel we're tough.
Yeah, I talked a little bit off air before the game with your other coaches. It's hard to defend a walk. Sometimes this is our third game. I talked to you before the game. We's probably the last person you wanted to see come up the booth because you've had some big leads and kind of give them up.
Yeah, and it goes back to we cannot give free base runners. And like I said, we swing it well, I feel like, and when we're throwing it well, we can be a pretty tough team. I feel like tonight we put it all together and played well. Clean up a couple errors, in that 1 inning. And other than that, though, very pleased with the way they played tonight.
Yeah, it looked really good, Coach. Really proud of them. Caleb Scales kind of been nursing a bad shoulder. It was really nice to see him. This is the first time I've seen him live in action in right field. He comes in, makes a diving catch, scoops the ball off turf, gets to a ball out there in foul territory that maybe the second player wasn't getting to earlier in the season.
Yeah, he's a great outfielder. It's great to have him back. And it's, he was DHing for us early in the season, and that's hard to do. It's tough to sit on the bench and just come up and hit. So it's great having him back, and I think he's more confident even getting to play and stay in the field, and I think it helped him at the plate as well.
Yeah, he had another good night at the plate, but so did about everybody else. If I go up down the lineup, everybody swung it well. Well, Coach, I'll let you get back down there. There's a JV game coming up after this. We won't air that, but the next time we see you will be regionals, which is right here.
Yep. It'll be right around the corner, too.
Yep. So then it's very nice to be playing your best baseball at the end of the season. So I want to thank you, Coach Dunlap, for coming up and let everybody know that the coach's interview is brought to you again by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of the Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here. Our next broadcast is going to be May 9th is a softball game across the way. So this is Cole Grand with me tonight. Cooper had prior obligations, and so we just want to say thank you for watching. God bless, and we'll catch you May 9th on the softball field. You've watched Trojan Baseball beat Chanute 8-2. You watched it right here on Girard Sports Live.